move on now to our next segment of the day. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. So, our good friend James Comey has been indicted on alleged false statement and obstruction of justice charges, according to Fox News. So let's go ahead and bring this up here. Shout out to everybody that's been talking about this. I've been getting some messages from people too to even speak about this. Let's go ahead and pull this up here, shall we? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome back. Breaking right now tonight, a major update to a story we brought to you earlier in the hour. A grand jury has just handed down an indictment for former FBI Director James Comey. The Justice Department accuses Comey of lying to Congress while under oath back in 2020. Let's bring in David Spunt with all the breaking details. David, what can you tell us?
Well, Jillian, we are waiting to get the actual details of the indictment. We're just told that an indictment has been handed up against the former FBI director, James Comey. So I don't want to speculate on the actual charges yet until I see the paper in hand. That's the only responsible thing to do. But we know that James Comey, the former FBI director, has been indicted. We're waiting to see if there's any sort of comment from the Justice Department. As of now, there is no comment from the Justice Department. But we have been reporting all week that a grand jury has been impaneled in the Eastern District of Virginia, specifically in Alexandria, Virginia, looking at 2020 testimony. James Comey testified before Congress remotely from his home in Virginia because this was during the throes of COVID. Before the Senate Judiciary Committee. And apparently there were parts of that testimony where federal prosecutors believe that he lied. We also know today that U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan, the newly installed U.S. Attorney, who's been on the job since Monday, imagine what a first week that is, Jillian, took this before the grand jury in Alexandria, Virginia, and successfully returned an indictment. So I'm going to wait until we have more on the indictment. We're looking at the paper. We'll come back. We'll bring it back to you. But we can confirm that an indictment has been handed up against former FBI Director James Comey. No comment immediately from his attorney at this time.
So I want to pull this up here. Want to acknowledge this video here. So former FBI boss Comey indicted over Russiagate. So former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted by a U.S. grand jury. Oh boy, seems a little frightening, on charges of making a false statement obstructing justice in relation to his promotion of the Russiagate hoax. The allegations relate to Comey's September 2020 testimony before the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee about the FBI's Crossfire Hurricane investigation into President Donald Trump's 2016 campaign, which triggered the Russia collusion hoax. Prosecutors claim Comey made multiple false statements obstructing the congressional proceeding. No one is above the law, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi wrote on X on welcoming the indictment. Today's indictment reflects the Department of Justice commitment to holding those who abuse positions of power accountable for misleading the American people. We will follow the facts in this case. For far too long, previous corrupt leadership and their enablers weaponized federal law enforcement, damaging once proud institutions and severely eroding public trust, FBI Director Kash Patel said on X. Nowhere was this politicization of law enforcement more blatant than during the Russiagate hoax, a disgraceful chapter in history we continue to investigate and expose. Everyone, especially those in positions of power, will be held accountable no matter their perch. Say it ain't so. So Comey served as FBI director from 2013 until his dismissal by Trump in 2017. The White House launched a probe into Russiagate hoax earlier this year. The investigation has been spearheaded by U.S. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, surfs up, who in July decried the treasonous conspiracy to delegitimize Trump's 2016 election victory and years-long coup run by his opponents. So there you go. With that, I do want to also bring up another thing here too. Since Tulsi Gabbard has released multiple documents that suggest a coordinated effort by senior Obama-era officials, the alleged links to billionaire George Soros and a false accused Trump of colluding with Russia. So real quick here, I want to bring back my colleague Daniel. Daniel, how are you?
So it looks like Comcast is actually doing repair work. So all the internet in the building went down. It's a crazy thing about living in a park. The building is so thick I have to literally be outside on the side. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you want to do this one last story with me? I don't know if you've been following along with the Comey thing or how.
Yeah, no, I have been. So my thought is that this is sort of, I feel like he sort of got this coming, and we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, exactly. And oh boy. Oh boy, sorry that Comcast is screwing around here right now. But I think as another note too, I want to pull up this video here, and we'll play it in its final form, because there's a couple other things I do want to bring up here. But let me go ahead and pull up this tab here. So let's go ahead and do that.
All right, to that, bring us any new details you get as they come to you. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead now and bring in Jonathan Turley, professor at George Washington University Law School. A lot of people anticipated this coming in light of everything that the president has said and indicated lately, as well as the DOJ. We don't know the charges yet, but we know that there is an indictment. What do you make of it?
Well, this has been an extraordinary few days. The president issued a social media posting in which he seemed to pressure indictments against individuals, including Comey. That was then withdrawn. We also heard reports that prosecutors opposed going to the grand jury, that they didn't feel that there was a case to be made here. And now, of course, we have what appears to be an indictment. It is a seismic event. I mean, you're talking about a former director of the FBI, and there have been long allegations that that Comey was a leaker. If you recall, the Inspector General's report was scathing with regard to Comey's conduct. Comey removed FBI documents, including classified information, when he was fired. And the Inspector General went after him, but it did not find that he specifically leaked that to the New York Times. But this could be a perjury case as opposed to a leak case.
So there you go. Dan, your thoughts real quick.
Well, perjury case, sure, but a perjury case will lead to discovery, which could expand it past that. I know that the administration really doesn't like him, and it seems that there's enough to do something with. We'll see what happens. I don't want to say too much because I get a feeling that we're missing enough of the information. I think there's enough that's been going publicly that you could say a lot on it, but I get the sense that it'll be opportune to hear how he's going to be talked about legally in the legal documents. That'll really, I think, give us the most light as to what's happening. I could say a lot of different things right now, but we'll wait. I'll wait.
Exactly. And I think one other thing here, too. I want to play this video where Comey himself speaks out. So let's go ahead and hear from the guy speaking about what's happening to him. So let's go ahead and pull up this video here of Comey speaking out what's happening to him. I don't envy him at all.
My family and I have known for years that there are calls.
Oh, boy.
We couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either. I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So, Kit, I want you to accuse me of doing something illegal that I can very easily disprove.
Daniel, you were part of the smash and grab on the Magnificent Mile with Louis Vuitton. How dare you grab all those fantastic Louis Vuitton materials?
Well, Kit is being very cruel, and he's saying things that are very mean. I hope that we all have faith to get through this. I will fight for righteousness and justice. I hope you vote a new person into the show. When maybe the better response might be, Kit, I wasn't there. You know I wasn't there. Stop making things up. I've learned to find these sort of responses very interesting based on not what is said in the video, but what is not said. And I didn't hear Comey go, I'm innocent.
Yeah.
There's no case here. It's made up. Exactly. I hear him saying, let's get some other people in power.
Exactly. So for everyone that's watching this right now, for everybody that's tuning in right now, the thing is, just say like, hey, I didn't do this. That's not me. I'm innocent. 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 That's all you got to say. But when you have people who, especially in our government, like I think working, being these high level positions of power, telling the truth is an anathema, just like the emperor.
Yeah, this is someone who went down a path that he was sure was going to lead to victory because he never expected the outcome that the tables would be flipped. And now effectively he's watching all the things that he did that were advantageous. The time has now changed, but what was once truth is no longer truth. And so all the things that he thought were going to benefit him are now lies. And that's now crashing out. Effectively, I would argue that he's being destroyed by his own momentum simply being reversed.
Exactly. And now here's something else I want to just say here, for everybody that is, just as a final note here for this segment, that is, get ready for the fundraising emails from the Democrats. All right. All right. All right. With that, Dan, can you do another segment, or are you going to head out? Like, I don't know what you want to do, man. How do you want to hold
Am
it?
I coming through clear enough? It
Yeah.
probably isn't good for me to be standing outside my building where people know exactly where I am at this moment.
Yeah.
So I probably should dip out. If I get my internet back, I'll jump back in. But I just want to let people know I didn't just vanish.
Yeah. So Daniel is still alive, doing all the good stuff. So, all right, everybody.
But I can't let my position be known where they know where I live for too long because that's very dangerous. So I'm gonna head out. I'll come back in if my internet comes back. Thanks, guys, for having me.
All right, no problem. A huge shout out to Daniel, folks. Real quick short break here. So you know what's going to happen here. I'm going to play a little bit of fun music to cheer all of you up, so you're smiling and dancing. I'll be right back in a few short minutes.